Hey guys, this is Patty B within the Holler. I got another firearm I'd like to share with y'all. This is the SCAR 16S, chambered in 5.56, the civilian version of the military Mark 16. This gun was lent to me by my buddy George to shoot it and give my thoughts on it. So big shout out to George for that, because this is definitely a pretty cool firearm. It's a magazine fed semi-auto. It's got a short stroke gas piston with a rotating bolt. It's got a 16-inch barrel that's hammer forged and chrome lined chamber. Weighs 7 pounds 12 ounces on my scale as configured with Trigicon MRO. I'm not gonna go into history a lot of this gun. You can find that somewhere else. I just shoot and review. But basically this came about from a 2004 request from SOCOM to develop a light and a heavy rifle for SOCOM. Well, anyways, this is the civilian version of the light rifle that was made for that program. Some of the cool features on this, start back here at the stock. Adjustable for length, adjustable cheek riser for height, push button for folding, which is really cool. It's got ambi safety, smaller on this side, and it's a 45-degree throw instead of a 90-degree throw, so that's kind of cool. Pistol grip, this looks to be like an A2 version. I'm not sure if you can swap this out with any AR-15 pistol grip, but this has the A2 version on it. Magazine release, I got one on this side and one right here. It's ambi. Bolt catch, bolt release. We've got an AR-15 style ping pong paddle here on this side and nothing on this side over here. The charging handle is reversible. You can have it on that side like an AK, or over here more like an HK. My buddy decided he liked his over here. The only downside to this is it is a reciprocating charging handle, so watch your fingers if you keep them around this area. Comes with rails. You got a full mono rail on the top, and then you've got rails on the side and a bottom rail up here. It's got adjustable gas block for regular fire and suppressed fire. And then you've got, I think this is just their proprietary muzzle brake / flash hider. It seems to work pretty good though. You also have some backup sights, which are actually pretty cool. I kind of like those. They seem to be all metal, so they're probably pretty tough and probably harder to break, which is always a good thing on a military rifle. The trigger on it, we'll go ahead and clear it. So she's clear. The trigger on it, oh, let's take it off safe maybe. A little bit of creep, but it's better than your standard AR-15 trigger, at least in my opinion. It certainly isn't, a match trigger, but a little bit of creep, and then it's certainly not too heavy. Okay, so the takedown of this rifle, you've got this pin right here. We're gonna pull it out, and then your lower assembly comes right off. Then you take the stock, slide it off. Then you've got your recoil spring. Take it all the way to this notch right here with the bolt carrier, and you can remove your charging handle. And then you can remove the whole bolt carrier assembly. Looks quite a bit like a AR-180 style bolt carrier. You push this little pin out, it comes out, and then you got your firing pin. To remove the bolt from the carrier, you got your cam pin and your bolt. Very AR-15ish looking, of course, up front. Reassembly is just the opposite. Put in your bolt, cam pin, firing pin, I guess retaining pin is what that would be called. Slide your bolt and carrier in. Bolt needs to be forward for this. All right, get it to the spot where you can put in your charging handle. Stock. And there you go. Pretty easy. No more difficult than, anything else. So anyways, Scar 16S, it's pretty cool to have somebody just let you borrow their expensive firearm to run some rounds through. So I can't wait. So let's take this thing outside and see what we can do with her. All right, let's try the Scar at 100 yards. Boy, that Trijicon MRO, I've got astigmatism, and sometimes it messes up red dots, but man, at 100 yards, this red dot covers the entire target down there, which is, like 12 inches wide and 15 inches tall. Makes it kind of tough to shoot. But hey, this thing shoots fine. The Recoil Impulse is pretty neat. It's way different than an AR-15. I don't know how to describe it. It's just kind of slower is what it feels like to me. It feels kind of sluggish, but shoots really good. All right, let's try 200. All right, not too bad. I think I missed a couple, but I'm struggling with the that MRO. It covers the entire target and then some. I flipped up the irons and see if they would do any better, and they weren't. They're not sighted in for me. So, but anyways, none of that's the fault of this gun. This thing shoots just fine. It is pretty cool, and it's a lot of fun. All right, so we just got back in from shooting the Scar 16, and man, is it cool. You know, it's just really fun to shoot. You know, if you ever got a chance to shoot one, which, you know, these are fairly rare items, you know, hopefully you will, because it's fun to shoot. The only issue for me is I have astigmatism, and I kind of struggle with red dots sometimes. But this yellow dot Trijicon MRO, I really struggle with. It covers up the entire target at 200 yards, and I just struggle. It's just a huge starburst. Looks like hanging grapes or something. But you know, it's not mine. The owner of it, he doesn't have any issues with it, so. And it's certainly not the rifle's fault. The trigger on it, you know, it's good enough to where, you know, you can shoot this gun pretty accurately. The adjustability of the stock probably helps, because you got length and put the cheek height wherever you want. But it's just a cool gun to shoot, so. Is this worth the extra price over a DI, you know, AR-15? I don't know. That's for each person to decide for themselves. Some people just really like the dead nuts reliability of a piston-operated weapon. For me, probably not. I just don't have the money to sink into something like this. But that's kind of for everybody to choose for themselves. But what I do know is I really enjoyed shooting it. So it's a pretty cool gun, for sure. All right, guys. Well, that wraps her up. SCAR 16S. Y'all have a nice day.